Hello and welcome to RuMayoNation Hit Titles. All the finger guns are out again. Yep, Pro Plus, baby. Hey, how's it going? Dan Mayo here. Episode 9 of RuMayoNation. No, I'm joking, not taking Pro Plus. As everyone knows, you're chasing the dragon. It was never going to cut it. So I've actually taken speed this time. So I am so up for this. It's just untrue. Look forward to the heroin episode because that's going to be a lot more chilled. Just a nice chilled hour where, I just lay there for a little bit and you guys just, do the same. Why not? Let's not start. Let's try a drug a week, shall we? Just, clear your schedule. DMT will be the crescendo. By the way, that is something I really want to do. For those who don't know, DMT, I'm not the authority on DMT, but essentially they call it the life and death drug. So I think I have this right. This is like become Talk to Frank and it's not even been a minute yet. When you are born, there's like a release of a chemical in your brain that is what makes you cry. It sort of sparks you into life. There's also that same release of chemical when you die. So, when people talk about my whole life sort of flashed before my eyes. Basically, this chemical causes all your synapses to just light up. And that's that euphoric kind of whoosh. And, who knows what then that causes the brain to do. But this DMT is that chemical. So, you go and it's supposed to just... What's really crazy about it? And don't do drugs, kids, if you're listening. That's just, do what you want to do, but just be responsible. Be, with people you trust. And, so what's really remarkable about DMT, since you've asked, is, the consistency of the trips that people take. It's all about, going through this sort of, elvish kind of door, and then there's these little orbs that vibrate, and, it sounds really fucking intense, but you have to go, you can do it in London. A couple of mates of mine have done it. And there's a shaman that give you the hit of it, and then I think you need to take another hit because your instinct is, no, fuck this. This is taking me to a realm that I'm not ready for. I've got a fly in here. That's going to be a distraction. That's a mate of mine went, Dan, you should definitely just talk a lot more about ADHD and stuff on your podcast. I don't think I need to talk about it. Why don't I just be myself? Still wearing my headphones. Didn't realise that. Hard to tell, and I'm still so deaf, and I've got deaf news coming up as well. But I absolutely still had the proper can headphones as well. But yeah, there's a fly in here that's going to distract me. I have got my digression pad. For those who don't know, I have a pad in front of me because I can deviate. And I like to just note things down to keep things nice, linear, and concise. What are we talking about? DMT, Shaman, Shadow Realms. Yeah, that I think we were kind of there or thereabouts. But yeah, and then it only takes 10-15 minutes apparently. But when one of my mates went, I think he said the bass player from I won't name the band actually because it could be libel, Klaxons. I think he was saying that it might be Klaxons. Other bands are available, which is just great banner. Anyone that ever says that, it's always very funny. So keep doing it. But yeah, I think a lot of musicians go and or artists go there to sort of reset, reboot. I swear Felix from the Maccabees was saying that they went to this some sort of fucking guided sleep sort of symbols, sleep bath thing. The crazy shit artists do to get over basically writer's block when it's just oh, fucking write a track, mate, will you? Honestly, if you just can't be asked and just say it, don't. But yeah, it's just something I've been quite interested in. I think that and again, this isn't an advert for drugs, and as I say, make your own life choices, obviously, but just use your fucking noodle. But I think things like acid and sort of, those types, I think they just, you have your frequency, your bandwidth of your brain. And I think all those do is they just nudge it a little bit, just give you access to just a slightly wider frequency. And that's where you obviously, you have access to things that are beyond your normal parameters. And that's why you see colours more vividly and, allegedly, and, things soften up. And I just think it's quite an interesting thing. And the fact that they use ketamine and other kind of upper type brain distorting drugs for things like anxiety and depression, and I think they use ketamine, I think I'm right in saying this, they use ketamine for and the irony is I can't remember the fucking word, dementia. I think it's like an untapped resource at the minute, and I'm very much in that camp of like, alcohol is just as bad. Like, alcohol is just as bad. Like, it still fucks you up, causes deaths in there, in the thousands. I think her MP got it like kicked out of the Houses of Commons for saying that ecstasy is about as dangerous as horse riding. But like, I'm very much in the camp of like, legalise and regulate. Take it out of the black market, legalise it, clean it up, regulate it, tax it if you want to. Because fuck me, I was in the gym earlier, and there's they have GB News in there, which I'm not going to get into. Listen, you like what you like, and I'm not here I've never watched it enough to have an informed decision on it. But the clientele, because it's like an old people's home gym, it's all very wipeable and a lot of pulleys, and some of them are just alarms to get the attention of the staff in there, but I can rep those fuckers for days. It's GB News in there. I think it kind of hits a certain, like, wasn't Britain wonderful when sort of thing, right? But I saw like they're doing like fat loss jabs for getting people back in work and stuff. And I've got distracted by the thought of that now. So we're gonna go to the digression pad. Then we were there because we're talking about like drugs and alcohol and legalising and regulating. That was it, because they said it can boost the economy. Like, by getting them back into work, I think they're saying. I don't think they're suggesting that the tax off the jabs, it would like get fat people working again, which is what they were kind of going down, right? But seriously, like, legalise, regulate and tax drugs. And Portugal, I can't believe we're still talking about drugs. Take some Pro Plus and all of a sudden I'm fucking like a shaman. But like Portugal, they did this. They stopped drugs being a criminal issue and they made it a health issue. And they legalised and regulated all drugs, and crime around drugs plummeted, addiction levels plummeted, costs of dealing with the fallout of drug addiction plummeted. If you get caught carrying, you still get processed and things like that, but you get basically a charge sheet, which is more a requirement to access the healthcare sort of services around drug use. Like, and they have safe spaces where you can go and take clean drugs. And seriously, like, the benefits have been ridiculous. Like, this whole war on drugs thing, you'll never win in it. It's everywhere. Like, seriously, right? Whenever you've, like, if you're in that world in any capacity, like, you realise it's fucking everywhere. Like, it's everywhere. People you just would never have expected it. And I've got like anecdotes in my head that I think I'm just gonna go down the right side of the decision to not go into them. But some people pulling out stuff and you go, fuck off, you really? Like Roy Keane. Really? Like, that's fucking insane. But yeah, I think legalise, regulate, get it safe. Listen, people go, drugs ruin lives. Drugs are ruining lives anyway, with how things are currently sort of ran. So why don't we try the other option, which is to get control of the fucking situation rather than trying to criminalise it? Because I have a loved one, had a loved one. He obviously isn't alive anymore, who was a heroin addict. And he didn't give a fuck that it was illegal, right? When he's there melting it on the spoon, trying to find some webbing between his toes to get it into, if you go, mate, you do know that's a criminal offence, he's not going to go, are you fucking, what? Nobody told me that. Oh, fucking, oh, God. Like, oh, flushed. No, they don't fucking care. Like, of course they don't care. What do you mean? There's £10 bag of brown that I've got a dude with a peg leg and an eye patch. What, you telling me this isn't kosher? No, you might notice you didn't get it from fucking Cox and Robinsons, mate. Nah, it ain't. So, yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts on drugs for some reason that come out of nowhere. Well, not from nowhere, because I'm taking Pro Plus, baby, so I'm fucking riding the wave, yeah. I've also, just to clean up a couple of bits from the last episode, I've lowered my chair slightly. You might notice those who watched it on YouTube, but you can watch it on YouTube in its entirety, by the way. There's like a black bar across the bottom. It's because my chair was like a little bit higher, and it was like my lunch was on show, essentially.
You've popped out again.
So that wasn't deliberate.
I cocked my leg up at one point and I was like, oh my word. I mean, look, I'm an interesting guy, but nothing I was talking about was going to distract you from, what is basically my genitals presented in some grey wool. So yeah, I've lowered the chair slightly. I've got a couple of other things to wrap up from the last session as well. This is not a blood-soaked rag, okay, which I use to mop up the blood of my victims, because if there's one thing I hate more than the people that I kill, it's the mess that's left afterwards. No, I did a bit of painting. I've got my daughter a Peppa Pig, playhouse, funhouse. Good show, by the way. No, we can't go into funhouse right now. A whole lot of fun, prizes to be won. and like it was a Peppa Pig one, but it just was a bit like scratchy and patchy. And again, because I fixed my laptop and still haven't properly fixed my laptop, I can now do anything. So I was like, yeah, I can fucking paint it, no problem. So yeah, that's just where I fucked up a lot, so I had to keep cleaning stuff up. So it's not a blood-soaked rag, okay? Not something I thought I'd have to clarify on this. But yeah, I was a bit late recording today. For the benefit of the tape, we're recording this on Tuesday. Normally it's on Wednesday, so it's a bit of a different vibe already. I'm feeling a bit more Tuesday. Bit late because I was on the way back from the gym, and the school, like the local school, are doing like bikeability, like lessons. Essentially, they take kids out on their bikes and show them how to cycle on roads and stuff. I just put a TH in the word stuff there. Do you ever do that? Oh my God, I did that on the weekend when I coached a football team. And like I said, I think I said thut, get on the front, thut. And I thought, oh, they've never noticed that, but I was livid with myself. Where I was like, oh my God, how are they going to take you seriously now? I've gone from like Jose Mourinho to, I don't know, who's a shit manager? Eric Ten Hag. Bring the heat, Man United fans. Bring the fucking heat. We're not going to get football focused on this. But yeah, they're doing like, oh God. Mate, my brain is so bad. I didn't know. I've got a digression pad that I keep forgetting's in front of me. Go through the script. Bikeability. Teach them how to ride the bikes. I think I TH'd something within that. That's fine. We can move on from that. We don't need to pick up from there exactly. We've got the checkpoint. Let's just continue. Yeah, they take them out and then like they teach them how to ride a bike. It's just not something that happened when I was young. You just like, do you know what the boys did it last year before, and they gave you like, they sent out this like checklist of things you needed to do to make sure, things that you needed to do, like to check that their bike was all right. One of the things was buying a helmet. No, obviously it's important you wear a helmet. Didn't as a kid. Just you didn't do it. If you wore a helmet, it was like, you fucking nerd. Look at you protecting the skull that to be fair, protects your brain and keeps you alive. What a fucking square. Grow up, mate. Oh, I've got a helmet on. I don't want to have my brain on the pavement. Fucking pussy. Like, wear a helmet, right? Wear a helmet. And I don't know why I keep doing PSAs. It was wear a condom last week. Wear a helmet. Wear a condom, wear a helmet. Only when you're doing the things. So don't walk around wearing a helmet for no reason, because you will get looks. And if you wear a condom for no reason and people can see that, you'll definitely get a few fucking looks. But yeah. So we had to like check the bike spec and that. Make sure that the seat is X amount high compared to the, double check that the brakes are definitely working and the handlebars are adequate. I was thinking, like, a bike was good to go when I was a kid if at least one of the brakes worked. Because if you ever fucked with the brakes or got a new bike, it was a waiting game until you went over the fucking handlebars. Because you got so used to one where you had to sort of use your feet across the floor to brake. When you got a new bike, you just would tap it and go whoop, and all of a sudden you're doing like a fucking 8.6 out of 10. Fucking dismount off the old pummel horse. I've said some gymnastics lingo there. I'm not entirely confident in it. The vault one. That one, right? But yeah, you should just go. Like across roads and that. And I guess it's good that they do it, but I don't think it's a fair reflection because we're in like a nice little village. It's like where people will give way and slow down. And whereas I think day in, day out, like where I grew up, and by the way, the feedback from where I grew up, like, yeah, it was pretty wild. Like, and that's how I've ended up so grounded and normal, all right? I can have pastries on a Saturday while, not being able to hear anything anyone's talking about and still keep a little bit of the thug life in me, the dog in me, which means, I don't pay taxes when I go over to the next nice, lovely village, all right? Give me your fucking cinnamon plums, which sounds like a euphemism. You're not having them. Yes, I know I'm wearing a condom. It's just in case. But yeah, I don't know. I just think... oh God, I'm going full GB news here, aren't I? Like, I just think, like, let kids work shit out a little bit. And I know that I guess you can't go, well, they'll learn when one of their classmates gets mauled by a lorry. But like, do you know what I mean? We just sort of went out and just worked it out. Like, unless there's like specific, like, applicable units for me, I wouldn't have been interested. Like, how to get your bike to sound like a motorbike by putting an old Lecky card in the back wheels. It's like, or like crushing a can and having the can go around the tyre to make like a kind of noise, which again, just no good for tyres, I'm sure. But, or how to make your bike like floaty. What's the word for that? Who knows? It floats in the water. The word for that, right? Put tennis balls in the spokes and it's buoyant when you a ramp into a lake. Don't do these things. They're dangerous. Don't do drugs. Wear a condom at all times. And don't make improvised ramps and use them to bike into lakes. All dangerous stuff. But equally, do what you want. It's up to you. If you're listening to me for life advice, there's no helping you anyway. I'm still so fucking deaf, by the way. I'm deaf. Proper, still. And do you know what I've started doing? Because I'm like, enough's enough now. No, I'm not having this.
Just hold on. No, I'm not having this. I'm not having this. No.
Enough's enough. Like, I can't fucking hear. And do you know what the final straw was? I've had a cold, obviously, as you'll know. And, like, it's just bunged up my ears even more. And my Samsung buds, I thought the left ear ain't working. And I had a stressful day yesterday. And the last thing I needed was like one of the earbuds not to be working. And I went fucking bananas. Like, what the fuck is it not working? Like, I think a cupboard got punched. Like, I was just done. And then my wife's like, are you sure it's not just that you're like fucking deaf? And I'm like, I know. Normally it's a bit quieter. It's not working at all. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, sorry, cupboard. But like, it's so deaf that like I was like, enough's enough now. What could I do? So I started watching videos last night, and is it called Valsalva maneuver? Basically, like pop in your ears, and I learned how to do it. I've never been able to do it. Like, it's a common thing. Basically, it's an eustachian tube issue. Basically, it should be open. It's in your middle ear. Should be open. Isn't open due to pressure. Kind of changes of pressure in the ear, and that suggests I'm fucking like a pit bull, Mr. Worldwide Galeocho Dale. But I ain't. But I just still have that issue. I diagnosed myself with narrus canalis on a TikTok account I had about 2 years ago. I think I just got narrow ear canals, so I'm more susceptible to it. But like, I just couldn't work it out. It also don't have, I've got a nose ring. But like, when I do it, I've learnt now last night. Fuck me, the world's loud, isn't it? Like, do you know what? I'll do it live on the pod right now. Hang on. Oh, so loud. Like, I've been like turning the volume up on the microphone going, how are they going to fucking hear this? Like, life is so... Like, right now, I'm like fucking Brian Blessed over it. Like, I did this in the toilet this morning. The bathroom fan is like a fucking jumbo jet. I come downstairs, because it stays clear now. I'll keep you in the loop. I'm still clear right now, and I'm like 4K audio at the minute, and it's wonderful. But like, I fed my dog, him eating that food. It was like fucking the shelling on the Battle of the Somme. You know when you hear audio of World War One? That's what it sounded like. So fucking... Do you know what else is loud? I'm fucking loud. And I've always thought I'm a quite quiet walker. Like, I'm quite a quiet walker. Like, but then I hear myself stomping about and I think, I can't go to Japan or they'll think Godzilla's coming back. The fucking sequel. Like, I'm loud, and I'm loud when I eat. I'm loud when I move. I'm just a noisy motherfucker, man. And I've always thought, you know, I'm quite a quiet, sort of, you know, subtle, slow walker. And oh my God, I used to work with a guy so I used to work at Next Clearance, and every now and then you get like a stockroom shift, and it was just good because you could wear your own clothes and that. But like, this guy used to just sneak up at you and go, hi. You go, all right, mate. Yeah, I'm really good at sneaking up at people, aren't I? I'm like, yeah, put that on the list of things that rapists should be able to do really well. How fucking... That guy's going to be on a Netflix documentary at some point, I'm sure of it. Like, just sure of it. Yeah, I'm really good at creeping up on people. Yeah, mate, you're really good at fucking creeping people out as well, so can you fuck off away from me? Thank you. Still clear, by the way. But like, yeah, so loud. Like, and it's weird now hearing clearly. So I'm going to go all in. I'm going to go like those nasal up the nose. I'm going to take the Actifed decongestant, which I've not taken this morning because I didn't want it to like cancel out the speed I'm on. The Pro Plus I'm on. I want to be like sharp. But that then, like, my fucking God in heaven, that is like someone's just done a double barrel shotgun in both ears. I've just clicked by my own head. Loud. And this is how it should be. And part of me thinks, do I want that world back? Because, like, my daughter's now really loud. She was whinging on the way to her nan's this morning. And I thought, fuck me. It's like she's got a megaphone. And now I'm sure that I'll adapt, right? I'll adapt. But, mate, this is weird. And do you know what? The more I'm doing it, the longer it's staying. Because it was clogging up really quickly after the fact. But, yeah, it's staying a bit longer each time I do it. And I'm aware now that I'm shouting at you. So I'm so sorry for the last 8 episodes where I'm basically like, yeah, so I'm really going to find the dog shit bags. And by the way, on dog shit collection news, which is a feature we will be keeping, I found a whole roll. They were in a jacket that I'm trying to sell because, oh my God, hang on. Let's have a transition and then I'll come back. My wife, has introduced me to Vinted. Fucking, mate, I'm like a pig in shit on there. It's like a car boot, but you don't have to leave the house. It's like a car boot, but you've not got to like jostle for the inline on the good tables. So I needed some shorts, right? And it's like I have the same approach to all clothes like I do with my boxer shorts, which is when my bollocks are hanging out of them, it's time to buy new ones, or it's time to look at the date of the year and go, oh, it's near enough to my birthday, so hey, mum, could you buy me some boxes for my birthday, please? Pop it in the care package. No, not those fucking pantaloons, please. Hipster briefs, obviously. But yeah, so I was sat there like just sort of doing man stuff, not that stuff, just sort of picking, like men just sit and pick. And I was like, oh, there's a little hole in my shorts. I was like, okay, I need to get new shorts. Then like, but the thing is, like, chavs have ruined sports clothes because they're so fucking expensive. Because like chavs and rude boys, they buy like North Face is now like fucking yo blood, he's got the North Face on. We fucking journos and geography teachers used to wear North Face. Now it's like, but then it makes it well expensive. It inflates the price, right? And I hate spending money on clothes because, you know, what's the point? I'm not fucking, you know, I'm not a Milan fashion model, so anything will do. But like sports clothes, as a result, like where I need them functionally for football training and stuff, just so expensive. But so I've gone on this Vinted, and do you know what? Part of an ADHD diagnosis is they always ask, do you spend like excessively? And my answer is always no. I'm really tight with money. But then when I go, I go. Like, oh, it's fucking like Sqwauky shorts, yes please. Columbia shorts, yes please. A Borussia Dortmund pair of tracksuit pants, yeah, absolutely. Like, I've done 100 quid.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
And I'm like, what I do whenever I spend out, by the way, like 100 quid, some of you might be going, mate, relax. I've got like so much shit for it as well, like so much shit. I reckon there's about 300, 400 pound worth of like gear there. But obviously, I'm still clear, by the way. I'm still shouting. But like, I've got a load of stuff, but then I start thinking, I need to sort of start selling shit. I just start thinking, right, what video games don't I play? What board games can I sell? What organs don't I need? Like, I just start scrambling. And so I've sold, I had these trackies that I just didn't use because they're a bit sort of parachute panty. And like, just sell them, bang them on for a tenner. And it's like, you can barter. It's like £10, I'll give you 8, do 9, do 8.50, sold. Like, it's fucking great. But like, sold them, and like, that's why I've then like washed that jacket up. It's like a pretty green jacket, sky blue. I just don't really wear it, and I might be able to get a tenner for that. You know, would rather keep both my kidneys for the time being. But yeah, man, like, I'm all over it. But I get like really into it, where I just love looking at shit I'm never gonna buy. I've bought like this 2006 World Cup final Zinedine Zidane shorts. I'm thinking, I don't need them white shorts. Like, who do I think I am? And also, am I planning on fucking headbutting people from the sidelines? Possibly, yes. Oh shit, by the way, in the last episode, you know, I mentioned someone who lived 2 doors down who used to pick chewing gum off the floor and eat it or chew it because her parents didn't let her have it. She's like, I'll fucking show you. Like, ridiculous, like how the world works. Like so her dad, he passed away recently. Like, as in very recently. It might have been just before that episode came out, and I thought, oh, do I put that in there? But then I thought, oh no, she definitely won't be listening. But like, I just wanted to like not give him like an in memoriam, but like, just, yeah, it's fucked, innit? Like, he took his own life, which obviously, you know, it's a heavy topic, so we're not going to go too far into it. But it's just like a bit, fuck, do you know what I mean? And like, he was like, I say, he was a bit like eccentric. He used to like paint like warhammers and stuff, and like, we used to sometimes stay there because like, it doesn't really happen anymore, does it? Like, back in the day, you just sort of stay over at people's houses. Like, you'd just dump all the kids in one house across the row, and then they'd all go out drinking, right? And you just kind of like, yeah, you go in there. And every now and then it was that house, and it was Jason. And like, it was just always good fun there. Like, it was just always good fun there, right? But like, I remember he put this film on, and I'm never going to be able to get it, I don't think. Oh, by the way, on the ear thing, just real quick to digress, on TikTok, I've seen these like inner ear headphones to sort of like allow you to sleep, because I wear headphones when I sleep because I need to listen to shit because my brain just don't shut the fuck up. Like, and I need a review on them. I'll put a little picture on there. If any of you have used them, can you let us know? Because I tried the headband one at one point, and it was like lying on a bloody, the idea being, oh, it's really cushy and spongy and you can sleep and it plays into your ears, but it was basically like lying on a fucking like, yeah, it was like a headband, but like someone had taken off a Coke bottle and put that in the fucking bits. Lying on that, it just weren't comfortable. And by the way, with the fucking, you know, the bottles that don't come off now, that little last bit lingers for like little 500 milliliter bottles. Okay, fine. But I don't need it on my bottle of fucking squash. Like 2 litre bottle of squash. I reckon, listen, no one's flinging that away, you dickheads. Let that come off. It's such a fav. It's such a fav. But, yeah, like, it was like lying on that. And then there's these little ones now that sit in there. And I have read that can cause, like, bacteria in your ears to, like, multiply, which might be causing the blockage to start with, but can't stop, otherwise won't sleep. But yeah, if any of you have used them, they're only like a $5 on TikTok shops. I'm just a little bit sceptical. But, like, if they are comfy, because at the minute I have to sleep with, like, wired ones in. And I'm such a fidget ass, man. I always whinge at my wife, why is the bedsheet always coming up on my side? She's like, because you live like a fucking rotisserie chicken at night. I'm like, fucking like, I should like strap myself up to a generator for the house. We'd never have to pay for fucking electricity bills. But like, I have to wear like a wired headphone at the minute because if I use like the buds, they like stick out and they fall out and like whatever. But like, when I do that, I end up just slowly like garrotting myself. So I wake up at night, so I'm just like, so yeah, if you've used them, can you just like get in touch and let us know? Email RuMayoNation@gmail.com. I've not made a TikTok still. That's been lazy. I've just been busy as fuck this week. My ears are just starting to go back to like gummed now, so I'll just shout louder for the benefit of everybody else. But yeah, just let us know. That'd be appreciated. But yeah, so when we used to stay there, he put this film on, and I'm gonna have to kind of Google as I go here. And it was like there were like these. It was very dark, and like there were like orcs, and there's this like it fucking stayed with me. There was like this feathered bird with a beak that was like in bed, and but like it was his deathbed, and it was all very kind of gothic and creepy, and I don't even know where to begin. This is going to be such a mum Google. Like, what's that one called with the film with the bird in it that died and got a beak and it's gothic? And Jason from Number 5, who introduced us to Conan Spread, used to put it on. Conan Spread, by the way. This existed. This is like, fuck. Huh? Right. This is important. Right. Let's just... What do we even write down for that on the digression pad? Let's just circle Jason. Let's just circle Jason. I remember that. I'm going to... Right. But... Fucking... You know licorice all sorts? Like, I hate licorice. I just don't like it. But there's very temporarily... I swear to this. It was a yellow packet. Now, I haven't oiled the arm. Fuck you. Like... It was a yellow packet. Rather than licorice, it was like... Sort of wine gum... jelly kind of, you know, so you'd have the bit that would be around the licorice, but it was around like a wine gum type. They were a fucking book, man. That was so nice. But I can't even find them anywhere. Like, sometimes you track them down in it, like vice versa, where it was like dark chocolate shell, white chocolate inside, white chocolate shell, milk chocolate inside, whatever the fuck. They did exist, came back, weren't as great as I remembered them being, but they probably took out all the E numbers because nobody can have fun anymore. Get me on GB News, make a stand. But like, I can't find them anywhere. And I want to add to that in the pile, and I'm going to probably put this in now. Conan Spread. It was like Coca-Cola flavoured jam. Coca-Cola jam. Conan Spread, Coca-Cola jam. And I'm telling you, it won't come up with anything. But like, he used to have it. We'd have it on toast in the morning, and sometimes in the night, he'd give us like a little like midnight snack while we were having our like... having our fucking shit rocked by that weird gothic dead bird film. Yeah, nowhere. But I remember the jar, it had Conan on it, like Conan the Barbarian, and it was Coca-Cola flavoured jam. Oh, mate, it was unreal. It was unreal. Anyway, so what was this film? Gothic film with... Oh, I'm so bad at Googling, I've like got the screen to go away. With dying bird in bed. Dead Birds 2004. No, that's too late. Like, this might have to be a public plea for you guys. Like, I just remember it being really like, he was like, and he sort of just like died really suddenly in his bed, and they're clearly on strings a little bit. And this is one of them ones where, like, you know, I do so much for you guys. I give you advice on CPR, on drug use. I just need something back now. And if that rings, and I know I've given you like nothing. Like, nothing at all. Nothing at all.
All you do is... Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Like, yeah, it was kind of like, it was all like dark, moody brickwork, and there were just all these birds, and like, film, dark, squawking bird in deathbed, film. It's giving me right. Google's doing me, I reckon, because it's gone to like autocomplete and gone film. Deathbed, the bed that eats. No, that doesn't seem right. I'm gonna have to do some research on this. But if that rings a bell to any of you, like, I'd massively appreciate you getting in touch, because I remember he put that sort of like mad shit film on. I remember just like, yeah, it blowing my mind. Yeah, there's nothing here that I can see. But if that rings a bell, like, just let us know. And yeah, just, he was a fucking good dude, I guess is what I'll say. Come lively with the snacks and the mental fucking films. And when you're at the age that we were, they are your deities, people like that, who just break the normal patter of life. Yeah, and he was one of them for sure. And by the way, I mentioned Pete as well, who was on my memories, who, like, we'll do memories later, who passed away. I chatted to my mum about it. She's like, yeah, he saved 7 people's lives in the end. Like, donor. And that's fucking great. Like, I think they've changed it now that you are a donor by sort of default, and you have to actively go out of your way to say, no, I don't want to be one. And that has to be the way it is. Like, why would you not? I just genuinely can't work that out. Like, I learned that weren't the case when I became a donor, which is now redundant, because as I say, I'm pretty sure it's you are a donor unless you opt out now. But there was a letter, I think, or a phone call. I can't remember, but they were like, you know, if you want to have a discussion about how this might impact your loved ones, blah, blah, blah. And like, I was thinking, what impact? What do you mean? Like, who cares? I was just about to sell my kidneys because I got a bit lively on Vinted. Like, if I'm dead, someone can fucking have them. Like, seriously, like, it blows my mind. People go, no, I need them. No, you fucking don't, Tutankhamun. Like, you ain't got to take shit with you. Don't worry about it. Like, and also, I won't get into this now because it's a bit too macabre. I've had a bit too much of that. But like, funerals, just put me in a black bag and fucking chuck me in the sea. Like, I don't care. Like, funerals are so expensive. I might save that for next week. There's a spoiler for you. Right, get there. We'll get all sort of like macabre with it. But when it's like, I've been quite unfortunate in that. Well, less unfortunate than the people that have died, but like, where like I've been around quite a lot of death in the last year or so, and funerals are so fucking expensive. You think it's already hard enough for the families without being like, oh, you wanted a coffin, did you? Well, this is the cheapest one. It's $6,000. Fuck off! And it's a cremation. You're literally gonna set on fire that fucking box. Like, surely just have one that you use as a presentation one, then just fucking burn the body. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, we'll get to that next time. By the way, like, I'm aware. Well, I'm kind of a bit aware of my upside down, sort of like I see on the screen. I've not cut my hair. I did have a shave before recording. I look like a bit of a fucking hobo, but I can't do the whole lot. Like, I just didn't have the motivation. Who am I? Fucking Daniel Goggins? Who's he? The mixed race dude who runs. And he's like, no excuses. Just run. The name doesn't sound right. That Let me Google that. Daniel Goggins. David Goggins. No, I meant Daniel Goggins, actually. Yeah, he's a mechanic around our way, and he just will not give up unless that head gasket is fixed. David Goggins. Yeah, he just sort of runs along, and he's like, yeah, what's your excuse? You fat fuck? What? Ugh. And for some people, that motivation works, but my sort of attitude is, oh, fuck off, mate. Do you know what I mean? Oh, shut up. It's like that Eddie Abbo, whatever he's called, that dude who goes around supermarkets like, this is shit. Don't eat this. It's like, mate, it's fucking limited edition strawberry Jaffa cakes. Nobody's eating them thinking, oh, why aren't these in Whole Foods? Like, fuck off, mate. Let people enjoy things. But yeah, I ain't got the motivation to be like cutting all my hair at that point. So yeah, I say that having like a buzz cut is like less, like, you know, it's lower maintenance, but actually in a weird way it isn't always, because you've got to keep on top of it, otherwise it just looks a bit like hobo. But yeah, so I'm due one, but it's a hard sell. It's so boring. Like, that's a real low dopamine task. Again, you're talking to a guy here, or a guy here is talking at you, who has given up after like £4.20 of put petrol in his car and went, fuck this, I'll do the rest tomorrow. Like, so yeah, I just could listen, I care about you guys and I want to present myself as best I can, but you know, one step at a time, right? Oh, okay, quick, like, so played that Diablo 4 game, and yeah, man, it's like nothing I've ever played before, and don't worry, it's not going to get too video game heavy. Like, it's just good crack. It's like, I'm noticing already, like, I'm really getting like into it, like hyper focused, because it like, it's occupying a lot of my mind. And like, I didn't play it last night, and I kind of missed it a bit. I get so all in, and I'm not going to give a fucking like a week, but like, it's just quite easy going. It's mental, like, but I think, do you know what? Genuinely, and this could sound like a bit like, you know, I won't say bent there, which isn't the word for it, but again, this is, you know, my generation, like, and I mean, it just sort of like, it just sounds a bit like, yeah, just a bit wet, really. I think it's just that, like, it's a great excuse to just catch up with a mate that otherwise I probably wouldn't talk to for a whole, 2-hour window. So we played it for a few hours on the Sunday because you got to get right in. It's like a book. I think I said this last week. Maybe, I don't know. But it's like a book or a video game or whatever. You've got to kind of like invest a chunk of time in at the beginning. Otherwise, you keep dipping in and dipping out and dipping in and dipping out. And then by the time you've finished, you go, well, I finished it, but I didn't really have any fucks to give the whole way through. So we had a big 3-hour window of it on Saturday. And then we played on Monday night for a couple of hours. And not on Sunday night for a couple of hours. And Monday I was like, I was busy, so I couldn't. But I was like, But like, I think it's like 2 hours of just chatting to your mate. Like, and yeah, you're just sort of spelunking, which is a word that I can't decide if I love or hate because it sounds a bit disgusting. Like, you should always be wearing a condom, but like, and a helmet. But like, it means going in and like just going through caves and sort of collecting shit, basically. But like, it's just good crack. My mate, like, he is a necromancer. So in the end, he went down the magic sorcerer route and I've then gone the sort of more human route. But like, you can't choose your person's voice. And he hates his character's voice. And I get it because it's quite sort of like, yeah. Like, so he goes like, your bones will soon belong to me. And like, obviously, it's fucking silly business all the way through. And then all of a sudden we're playing stupid voice notes into the headset at each other. Like, Toast of London quotes. So already it's not about the game. The game is not the conduit for the social experience, and it's a game where you can sort of run around and just butter mash a little bit and smash it through goblins and werewolves and whatever else, and you collect this amulet and you're like, yeah, put that on, and your characters just look more and more ridiculous. And so like the cult is going to get expanded because another mate of mine, the one who's due to have a baby, I was sort of chatting to him about it. He was like, yeah, all right. I mean, I'm gonna have some a few sleepless nights coming up, so I can probably get on board with that. It's gonna be a whole gang of us fuckwits just running around with no idea what we're doing.
All right, thumbs up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy Dragons! Oh my god, he just ran in.
And yeah, do you know what? Like, I see videos on the internet where like people who game together across the world meet, and like it's this big moment of embrace. I've never really been like an online gamer because I've just kind of been a bit. I like that as my way of like fucking off the world, just getting into my bubble. But like, actually, it is a great way of sort of just like, hey, we can't get out and meet at a pub anymore because we've got our shit to do and whatever. It's just a good way of getting in touch with people, like connecting and ripping the piss out of each other for your silly little accents that your characters have. So yeah, highly recommend so far. This isn't in any way endorsed or sponsored by Diablo 4, but maybe one day. Your bones belong to me. It's far too sassy, and I'm there for it. Oh, by the way, another little correction from last week's episode. I said about when I was at uni and I didn't have a suit for the interview because I didn't know you needed one. And I said I just chucked on my jean shorts and t-shirt. I wasn't cosplaying as Stone Cold Steve Austin, so fuck off with that straight away. I know I did make it sound like I popped my knee brace on, got a couple of Steve Weisers, and still got on the course because I'm that fucking like impressive when it comes to conversation. So just to clear that up, wasn't cosplaying as Austin 316. Let's get into some news. I've not looked at the Spotted, so we'll do a bit of weird news, memories to come, and then we'll get out of here. Right, so what's the war called between America and England? Do you remember? This is Mum Google. What was the war between America and England called? The War of 1812. Well, we're running it back 2024 because an American has tried Greggs and I think he's digging it out, and I want to say careful right now because Greggs is a fucking institution in England and it's glorious. Sure, it's a bit annoying that you have to kind of wait for all the stars to align and it happened to be your star sign month and, a leap year for you to have the temperature of the food you're buying be in any way pleasant, but you know that there's the potential there. When you eat a sausage and bean melt and you go, you could tell this would be good if it wasn't piss cold, but, I mean, I'll take piss warm at this stage because, yeah, or they're fucking well hot. Do you mean you go, yeah, just a chicken bake? Oh, they've got loads of them. That's good. Yeah, 2 of them, please. And then it's like eating fucking lava.
It's hotter than the sun!
But anyways, let's get into this, shall we? I'm an American trying Greggs for the first time. One item reminds me of cat food. Right, get your muskets, people. We're going to fucking war. Tyler James Sonson is an American working in London, and not for long. And ever since he's been in the UK, extradite him! People have been urging him to give Greggs a go. I nearly said lynch him, then I've realised he's a black gentleman, and wow, that was a fucking minefield I've just avoided. So, after living in London for almost 4 years, curiosity finally decided to kill this cat, Hey, it'll be fucking fisticuffs that will do it, mate. After just wrapping my head around the idea of bangers and mash, another solid meal. I decided to dive headfirst into the lore that is Greggs. I like that. It's like Greggs is the food equivalent of Diablo 4. Your steak bakes belong to me. With some guidance from my colleagues, I came up with a list of 6 items considered quintessential to my Greggs experience. Growing up, my parents would hate how picky I was regarding food, so I must warn you, okay, he's front-loading it because he's nervous. My man's nervous out here because he's about to go in hard on our institutions, and he's probably thinking, I'm just going to front load this. I know you don't have the right to bear arms here on open carry, but, you know, I know the culture around here can get a bit stabby. So just so you know, I'm a picky eater. It's not about Greggs. It's about myself. I'm really kind of hung up on the whole, like, lynching comment now. I'm so glad I didn't say that. Like, because, yeah, like, as much as I'm playing fast and loose with wars around 1812, you know, all right? Let's have a bit of respect for the fellow man, all right? Even if he is a fucking twat. Right, here we go. Sausage roll, £1.50. The iconic sausage roll was the first of my voyage, and he has to be fucking careful here because they are saintly. The light pastry filled with sausage, held as a British delicacy, didn't live up to the hype. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit him in the face. The pastry was flaky, which I loved. However, the sausage lacked flavour. Versed in various different breakfast sausages, I was expecting the iconic roll to slay my taste buds. However, it felt very bland. 3.5 out of 5. Do you know what? That's not a bad rating for the actual like explanation, the rationale. The vegan sausage roll, fuck off, mate. We all think that's shit. No, do you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And do you know what? Can I just quickly slam the brake here before we go into the third item, which is the steak bake? And, you know, here's today's unacceptable.
Excuse me, Megan. That behaviour's unacceptable. I don't like it.
Unacceptable. Wearing fucking like Lidl, Aldi, Greggs, like clobber. Unacceptable. Do you know what? I found a video actually. Let me put the video in here.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Dad. Oh, fuck me. Fucking hell. No way. Hey. You get fucking changed. Get changed. Don't be a Oh my god. That is awesome though.
I could have done video there, but like I ain't got it all set up. But like wherever you've come from, fuck off back there. Like wearing like a full tracksuit with like Greggs all over it. What on earth are you doing? Like, I love Greggs as much as the next person who hasn't got the time to cook themselves a proper meal / just, you know, don't care about themselves enough in their body to give a fuck about what they're putting into it. But, you know, fuck off with that straight away. Like, I'm not even, like, obviously, I'm not even just talking full tracksuit. I'm talking, like, if you're wearing, like, sliders that have got Greggs all over it or, like, Lidl sliders, no. Stop it. Megan, I don't like it. All right? Right, 3, steak bake, £2.40. As you'll see from my film's reaction at the top of this story, not watching that would get far too angry. My initial reaction to the steak bake was that it looked like some sort of mystery meat, or cat food, and it continued to go downhill from there. Instead of juicy, flavourful beef, the filling tasted uninspired and too gelatinous. That's me on a Sunday night, to be honest. The pastry was soggy and far from the flaky, buttery layers you'd expect from a Greggs baked good. Well, why was suddenly he's like, well, that's what you expect from Greggs. Like, he's the fucking, like, guru of Greggs. 2 out of 5. Sausage, bean and cheese melt was confusing. Hang on, so what? Do I shove it up the arse? Well, no, it isn't confusing. You put it in your mouth, mate. You chew it, you swallow. Eating a pastry filled with baked beans is a wild concept. But not as wild as being able to carry a fucking fully automatic assault rifle right past a fucking preschool in America. That's right, the beef starts here. Ripping the pastry open to inspect the insides will never do that. No, yeah, Greggs is a best taste blind experience. I was left mortified at the sight of tiny light grey sausages swimming amongst the beans. You've actually made it sound a bit disgusting, and I hate you a bit more for that. The blend of ingredients wasn't as bad as I thought. Better, but I was disappointed with the lack of cheese. Yeah, that's fair. Not bad, but definitely room for improvement. 3 out of 5. And finally, the pepperoni pizza. Now, I can't comment on the pepperoni pizza. I've never had it, but my wife says it's really good. I think I was scarred because I had one bite once. So I was like, oh, God, fucking awful. Realised I'd bitten a bit of the paper tray. It happens. It's like when my mum tried these Lindt chocolate balls and she was like, I think I might have spoke about this on the podcast before. It was on the radio. I don't know. But she was like, oh, God, oh, it's fucking awful. She hadn't taken the foil off and it started like kicking off against her filling. It happens to the best of us. Maybe it's genetic. I'm hoping the pizza might be my saving grace. Longing for the familiar taste of New York-style slices. I immediately went in for a bite. Sadly, though, I realised it was my worst nightmare. Bit strong. The cult classic was riddled with sugar, devoid of customary flavours, leaving me sick to my stomach. 2 out of 5. The Tottenham cake, we're not discussing that on here because, you know, it's a swear word and I don't swear on this podcast. Final verdict. Do you know what? If you hated it, I'm there for it. He gave it 4 out of 5. Not reading it. Fuck off. Sorry, y'all. I won't be standing Greg's anytime soon. Apart from every item being cold, the flavours just weren't there, leaving my American palate wanting more. Oh, well, sorry, mate. Sorry it weren't fucking draped with E numbers and fucking... fucking... Yeah?
Just before that...
You should have gone to Specsavers, Charlie, because I'll tell you what, he's not offside.
Well,
he's absolutely bang in line, not offside.
Well, maybe you should go also then, Jeff, because you couldn't see driving home the other night because you don't even wear your glasses and TV in case you get slagged off. So you just stick to Specsavers and I'll do the game.
I tell you what, I look very...
Yeah, whatever it is you Americans like to put on your shit. Fucking aluminum and stuff. Sorry about that. Tell you what, mate, why don't you fuck off back home then? And I mean that because you're American, and for another reason, alright? Just leave that there.
Yeah. And not in a racist way.
Yeah, okay, right, anyway, we'll get into memories real quick before I stir up any more hatred and war. So for those who don't know, I go into my Facebook memories, fucking raw, and I judge myself accordingly. Now, the rules are anything goes. If there's an awkward conversation I've had on someone's wall, 15 years ago, I've got to let it play out. It's just the rules, no hiding. Yesterday, annoyingly, I did check my memories yesterday, and it was when I'd first buzzed my hair. I went full Britney, and I just got bored and buzzed it. And my daughter was so young at the time, and she just did not like it. She freaked out. And I remember at the time thinking, well, this is pot calling the kettle fucking black, mate, because, if we're going to judge people on having bald heads, you're not exactly bringing luscious locks to the party, love. You'd be judging me for eating like a slob and shitting myself next. Honestly, the hypocrisy of it. Anyways, let's go. Okay. I have a little photo of me 6 years ago. Oh, The Last Bus to Be Nil. That was my show. Shit, I forgot I called it that. Oh, there is a story, but it's a 13-parter, so I don't... No, we're not doing that. No, I can't. It's just too many. I can't, physically. A fucking video of a baby that's just like rolling down the hill. Do you know what? I'm going to upload that because that's fucking jokes. I'll put it up there. That's the sort of parenting. I think the whole point of it is like, the mum's like, oh God. The dads are just, do you know what? I'm just telling you it. I'll put it on the screen. But that is literally like textbook generic. This is why dads get a bad name. They've gone, oh, fucking hell. Oh, watch him go. Yeah, that's your baby. Yeah, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Yeah. That baby ain't going to do bikeability training. Not a cat's chance in hell. I uploaded a picture of a random baby to my mate's wall. I don't know why I did that for a little while as well. There's a mate of mine that I won't name because anonymity, Scott. And I went to uni with him. And there was a picture of him sort of pulling like quite a funny face, like a big sort of wide-eyed face. And I just started posting it on pictures of like selfies of people, like their gym mirror selfies and stuff. I don't know why I did it, but just funny, isn't it? 12 years ago, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for a ransom, I could tell you I don't have money, but I do have a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you stop inviting me to play Farmville 2, that'll be the end of it. I'll not look for you. I'll not pursue you. But if you don't, I will find you and I will kill you. There you go. It's very on brand for 12 years ago. Do you know what? Like, I think there's probably still people in this world who still engage with Farmville. Like, surely that's still a thing, right? Farmville. Can we have like an active player count? Probably, right? Is Farm... do you know what? There's too many things to read there. Is Farmville still live? No. It's been closed, and that's a sad day for all people named Barbara and Janet. I think, do you know what? It's just Sims, but animals, wasn't it? But like just basic version of that. I can't be doing that. Anything where you need to go back each day to get your daily rewards, it just gets a bit too compulsive. Do you know what I mean? Legalise and regulate Farmville. No, don't. Do the opposite. Banish it. And then my mum 15 years ago said, "Hi Dan, great pics." That's the sort of shit the mums just post on your wall. Do you know what I mean? Where you go like, could you not have just said that when you next see me? But again, I don't think we fully, back in them days, I don't think we fully understood the point of a Facebook wall. Like, I mean, no one, short of posting happy birthdays now, nobody just sort of writes people's walls anymore, innit? I remember I had one, which might come up in the memories, but if it doesn't, I'll dig it out like at some point. It was just like, hey mate, would you be able to run me to hockey tomorrow at uni? Like, just wrote it on my wall. Fuck off! Don't publicly shame me into telling you no, because I'm not fucking going. Because the guy who ran the hockey course, he gave you like 11 non-contact tasks to complete. And it's like, mate, it's fucking hockey. It's shit football for people that need a third leg. Like, what possible reading could there be required around hockey? Like, and listen, I'm sorry to shit all over the course here, but, you know, teaching a whole unit of dance to the guys, as much as in this lovely utopia, men will be doing dance in PE, it ain't gonna fucking happen. So why I've got to do 6 weeks of Still Life at the Penguin Cafe and Laban's Principles of fucking dance movements, I don't fucking know. Same with gymnastics. Oh, how to do a fucking arabesque. Who gives a fuck? Because if you sit there like year 9, year 10 and go, right, we're doing pair balances today in gymnastics, you're getting shit thrown at you, you're losing control of the class. We're doing football, we're doing rugby if we have to, we're doing basketball, we're doing, cricket, maybe for a week, but then you go back to five-side football. Let's just be realistic. I have views on PE, right, and here they are. I think I might have mentioned it in a previous podcast, I don't know. If you're going to be a professional sports person, you are not going to do that by your PE lessons being excellent. If you're going to be a professional badminton player, you'll be in a club, a coach, a class. You'll be somewhere else where it actually can be refined by a real expert. Use PE as an opportunity to get kids running around, blowing off some fucking steam. Like, let them just use it as a social thing to work together, and just run around, have fun, adapt the game for those who don't like sport that much. Go, I'll use this instead. Just make it an opportunity for them to run around. Fuck me. I taught one school where this kid had loads of behaviour difficulties, but was a decent footballer. And I remember I'd be teaching him in the morning, and he'd be on the football court, and then someone from SLT would come along and take him into inclusion and have him sit in a fucking room staring at some work that he's never going to do. And they wonder why he's then a difficult shitbag for the rest of the day. You took away the one thing that he would have enjoyed that day. Like, let him have this. Just let him have this hour. Like, for fuck's sake, the difference that might make. Yeah, just let people run around. Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking, didn't notify the points of a forward roll. Who gives a fuck? Let them score a goal. They can try their best after that. Do a full Robbie Keane celebration. All right? Anyway. I just think, the teaching scene is so fucking anachronistic now. We need to get it up to speed a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. All right? Starting with PE, because we need to be running around so we don't have to give fat jabs to people just so they can work. Fuck me. Anyway, there you go. That wrapped up quite nicely in a weird way. God bless speed. I think we're done. Yeah, that was alright, wasn't it? Like, share, subscribe, share. Oh no, don't keep saying share, because then for those who don't watch it, I get put various pictures of share on the screen. I don't have to do that again. But yeah, tell a mate. Get in touch, get involved, follow us on the socials at RuMayoNation _ at the minute. Cool. I'm hungry again, so I'm gonna go eat. Usual shit. Shut up there.